friends, good afternoon and welcome to EduSite Live Lectures. Dear friends, as you know, we have started a series on big data and today we are conducting the 7th lecture of the series. To discuss this topic with us, we have our subject expert Dr. U.S. Pandey. Dr. Pandey here is an associate professor in School of Open Learning in Delhi University. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Dr. Pandey to our studios and request him to begin the lecture. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. And we will talk about the big data today, as earlier we have done in the previous lecture. We have talked about the phonics and many other things. Today we are going to concentrate on HANA as well as the SAP and different kind of things. So let us start in that way, that the big data phenomena, big data is more than just Hadoop, which we have already discussed in detail. You can see here the business trends, the technology trend, here how exploding data volume, the storage, memory and CPU advances, the increasing data variety, data mining proceedings, predictive analysis and accelerating data velocity. If you add it, the business trend with the technology trend, as we have just mentioned, the storage, memory, CPU and in-memory computing, which is going to be the another latest thing, and the complex event processing. Add it all, then we are going to get the enterprise big data. So what I want to say, basically if you add so many things add together and you will get the enterprise big data, which is again a huge amount of data which is need to be processed properly, handled properly and then reported to get the proper result. Now here the real time big data for the enterprise. This is the toughest and biggest task. Combine instant result with infinite storage. SAP HANA, the real time instant results plus Hadoop, the infinite storage. Now here you will see here the modem, the modern in-memory platform, transact, analyze in real time, native predictive text and statistical algorithms, distributed disk platform, store infinite amounts of unstructured data, no SQL access. As we like to mention here that SAP HANA, the real time access, if it has been added with the Hadoop, that is infinite storage, then definitely it is going to give a different kind of results. Imagine, as you already know, a huge amount of data is being collected and that data, as we have already discussed, is coming in different formats. In different way, it could be a textual data, it could be a audio data, it could be a video data, it could be in a form of pictures, it could be in a different form. So if you add all those kind of things, the real time access you are going to get with a huge amount of storage, then definitely you are going to get a better result in that. Here you can see an example, the data analysis of a cancer genome. The goal is analytics for personalized medicine. As you may be aware that especially in the area of medicine or in the area of medical science, taking the medical care not only to the patients or the hospitals are developing the medicines, a big data is going to be there in a use. As we just talk about the example analysis of cancer genome, it's very easy to say theoretically. Practically, you may be aware the huge amount of data need to be processed. The pre-processes are alignment of DNA sequence from cancer to normal. Lot of analysis need to be done. Lot of mathematical calculation need to be done. A huge number of database is going to be there, a huge number of data is going to be there. Based on the different parameters, you need to do the calculations, and only then you can reach on a conclusion. This is how just to doing for a medicine, personalized medicine, which medicine is suitable to which kind of patient. Different kind of cancer patients are going to be there. Seeing him, visualize him, as per the data analysis and everything have been maintained, you have to check properly and then suggest what kind of medicine is going to be the best suitable. That too is based on the data analysis. Here the data analysis is a variant calling from pre-processed sequencing. After seeing exactly the different kind of DNA sequences, what is going to be the best suitable medicine for him, how these things are going to be decided. As we just discussed, the study of the different genomes of that one. Not only this, maybe there are different medical activities which need to be done properly, and after calculation of each and everything, these things are going to be suggested. So a big data analytics is involved in that, and after doing a lot of calculations, that too, after storing a large number of information, the processing will be done, and then we can reach on the goal. You can see the other example of the same thing, how the annotation is going to be done. List of actionable muted genes and related medicines. Create predictive models, prognosis, driver, mutation, etc. Imagine, as we have just mentioned, after study the detail regarding the cancer genome, only then we may be able to suggest exactly, or in other words, doctors may be able to suggest which kind of medicine, which kind of therapy, which kind of other activities to be followed on that particular patient. In total, we would like to mention here that in the area of medical science, not only in cancer genomes, in other areas also, these data is required, a huge amount of data that need to be processed, and just to take the proper decision, we have to do like this and use a big data conceptualization. Another, you can see here the speed of processing. Use Hadoop for pre-processing, SAP HANA for advanced analytics. You can see here the original data analysis process take 2 to 3 days, containing many manual tasks, execute on low specific machines. Here you can see the different manual tasks and the computational task based on that. Optimized processes, maybe it will take 2 to 3 hours on high specific machines, and in the last it will accelerate the process, which may take 20 to 40 minutes with HANA and Hadoop. What again we would like to mention here, as we suggested that originally you have to use the Hadoop for pre-processing, which is containing lot of manual as well as computational tasks done at this level. After doing all this kind of processing, for advanced analytics, SAP HANA is going to be used, which will optimize the process. It may take 2 to 3 hours, or depending on the different kind of task analysis, and that to be done at specific machines. And as we mentioned here, that accelerate the process 20 to 40 minutes with HANA and Hadoop. So, in the meantime, we would like to tell you, but by utilizing the HANA and Hadoop, these kind of analysis can be done easily as well as in a real time sense. With a limited time, we can execute and we can get the required result. Or in other words, we can compute a lot amount of data, which may be in nature of different type of data, collected from manually different tasks as well as the computational tasks, putting them together, analyze them together, and if required, do all kind of computational activity and then get the result. Here you can see again, if you add the SAP HANA plus Hadoop for advanced analytics, the result will be deliver personalized result more quickly. SAP HANA plus Hadoop plus R, you can say. The 40800X faster than the traditional disk based system in POC. The benefits are going to be accelerated predictive and correlation analysis within in-memory processing, reduced time to detect variant DNA, and here the 216 faster DNA analysis result from 2-3 days to 20 minutes. Imagine if you are able to do lot of mathematical based analysis, lot of mathematical calculation, the result which you are coming earlier in many days, now you can get within minutes, which will help the doctors to take decision immediately. As we mentioned here, to deliver the personalized result more quickly. This optimized treatment plans based on DNA mutations. The genomic DNA analysis is real time, will transform how we enable comprehensive patient care to fight against cancer. SAP HANA will be the mission critical and reliable data platform to make real time cancer analytics into reality. Separately, our internal technical comparisons demonstrated that SAP HANA outperforms a traditional disk based system by factor of 408,000 when performing other types of data analysis. What I would like to mention here again, that SAP HANA is playing a very important role, especially in the cancer, fighting against the cancer by its calculation, by providing you the relevant real time, in time results, which helps the customer, or you can say the patients, to get in time proper results as well as the medicine which is going to be suggested by the medical experts. So, in one way it is providing a great help to the doctors who has to take decision that which kind of therapy is going to be there, which kind of the medicine is going to be the suitable, and that too the important thing is that is on the DNA mutation based. So, even the doctors can take easily the help of these kind of technology which is available in a real time, in a real sense. So, SAP HANA is providing a great help in this particular field. SAP HANA platform, you can just see here, it is more than just a database. Any applications, it could be SQL, MDX, R, JSON, open connectivity, SAP business suite, and here different kind of business function libraries, predictive analysis, database services, planning engine, rules engine, and in last you can see the integration services which is being provided at this platform. All the details which you have just mentioned here, that the Hadoop, real time locations and others kind of applications. So, it supports any device. The very important thing is almost everything is going to be supported by using these platforms. In other words, easy to use, easy to handle, and easily it can be transported at any, utilizing all different kind of services which are need to be available. So, SAP HANA platform, it is not only more than a database services which usually we follow in that. The SAP HANA platform, as we have just mentioned, it is more than just a database, converges database. The data processing and application platform capabilities are there. As we have just mentioned, it provides the libraries for business functions, planning, predictive text, statistical analytics, and enable business to operate in real time. And that is why this SAP HANA is in maximum in use, because it is providing, as we just mentioned, the data processing and application platform capabilities. Processing a very large amount of data, having the different kind of libraries for business function, which is especially required in most e-commerce activities, or in the mobile commerce activities, or it may be any business kind of activities, or in a different planning. So, these libraries are very helpful in that category, and SAP HANA platform provide that kind of facility. The very important thing is that it works in a real time. The real time concept is required when you are calculating any kind of activities, any kind of data, you may get result very much in time. Calculation and doing a huge kind of analytics, getting the proper analysis, getting the proper rules, results in time, especially in the area of business, or doing any other kind of market based activity. So, this SAP HANA platform is playing a very important role, and by using this kind of activity, a huge data can be processed easily, as well as the real time results can be get. You can see here some more activities of the big data. by utilizing the SAP HANA platform, end-to-end environment for enterprise, consumers, the consume, store and process, and here you can say ingest. In SAP HANA platform, analytics is exploration, dashboards, reports and different kind of analysis, then applications, machine learning and predictive, native HANA applications and servers. And now you see the store and processes, that SAP HANA in memory, planning and simulation, transactional, graphs, spatial, analytics, extended storage IQ, smart data access, target data, hot, warm, cold, text, social media processing, and imagine Apache Hadoop distributions. Here the modeling, Hawkins and meeting management, different kind of distributions are being done here. Ingest, replication, framework, data services IAM in computing all. So here just see end-to-end environment for the enterprises. Each and every activities are being controlled by this kind of platform, and each and every activities can be done at this level. Here you can see how these things have been defined, that every activity of an enterprises of an environment which have been developed, if an organization use it, automatically things can be put in an order. So this kind of facility is available in this SAP HANA platform. If you want to execute, you can do in that. As we have told you, by adding the Hadoop and all, it becomes another biggest thing when a very large amount of data can be processed easily, stored easily, handled easily, and easily you can get the based on the rules as well as you different kind of analytics, applications, and each everything can be handled here. Now here you can see this again, this SAP HANA platform for a big data, the open Hadoop strategy. You can see here the SQL, R, predictive text analysis, geospatial, access engine, analyze, Sybase IQ, SAP HANA, and here these are the accelerate and SAP data services, acquire, data connectors. So this is SAP HANA platform, a big data science services. What I want to again mention you that this platform provides how just to analyze, accelerate and acquire this big data science services. Intel software, Cloudera, Hartuna Works, MapR technologies, different kind of technologies are going to be there which are doing all these kind of development based on this SAP HANA platform. So this is how the SAP HANA platform is helping for big data to provide the best way of doing the analytics, calculations, providing the results in a real time, in the real sense, and storing each and every information properly. Now, this enterprise scenario, the SAP HANA and Hadoop for common use cases. As we have just mentioned about the analysis of the SQL R, predictive, text analysis, geospatial, X-Engine, Sybase, SAP HANA accelerate this data concentrate and acquire SAP data services, Hadoop for advanced analytics. Hadoop as a processing engine. Hadoop here, computation engines, job management, data storage, Hadoop distributed file system that we call HDFS. And here you can see here Hadoop as a simple database, Hive, Hadoop as a flexible data store, and not only this, so streaming data, social data, reference data, transaction data, enterprise data. You may be knowing it's very easy to say all those things, but when you compute all different kind of data, it could be streaming, the social media, the reference kind of data, the transaction and enterprise media, putting all of them together and doing the proper computation, providing the proper results is a tedious task, which is going to be mentioned here, that how this SAP HANA platform and this Hadoop is providing a better opportunity. You just take a very simple example, even beyond this, if it is not medical or any kind of activity. You know, lot of information is just coming in the form of streaming. Keeping that thing in the mind, use the different kind of referential data as well as having the data which is already being there. Some of the data which is already stored, lot of other activities. What I mean to say, that lot of data which is already there, putting all of them together, doing the proper calculation based on that is not an easy task. And that's why this SAP HANA platform with Hadoop providing a right platform, a right way to do the each and every kind of calculation is required. Not only calculation, different kind of analytics is required, different kind of applications are required. Some of the application which is very much in the nature of the real time. So, to provide those kind of activity, to provide those kind of proper results, this SAP HANA platform with Hadoop is going to be very useful. At the moment, this platform is being used in almost many places where lot of activities or huge amount of data processing is required, the real time processing is required. The new technology is smart data access, rapid analysis of big data without data movement. Now, we will discuss about that. Submit a query that accesses remote data like local data. Leverage the full power of SAP HANA, analytics, predictive, text search, geospatial during processing, and synthesize enterprise data regardless of location size. Representation without moving it. Here you can see a user execute query. That split query is going to be there, query federation, execute and then consolidate. Now here the plant analytics software from SAP in memory, analytic engine, this SAP HANA is going to be there and platform, and our disk based data warehouse, SAP Sybase IQ, analytics engine, and then Hadoop that we have mentioned, that the computation engine, Hive, HBase, job management, and data storage, Hadoop distributed file system. Imagine here we give the clear cut picture how the different kind of queries which have been raised by a local place is going to be addressed properly. Again, we would like to take example. You may be knowing nowadays even in the country like India, we have connected from very remote places. Lot of information, the lot of data is being collected from there, and that is being analyzed if required at a main center place or some other center which is nearby that. Especially in the area of environment or in the earth sciences or in other areas where lot of data is being collected from remote areas, and then they all of them are being put together, the different kind of analysis is being done. Based on that, and if required, the results can be given in a real time sense. This kind of applications are being done at a different platform, not only in the area of this, it could be in an area of proper utilization of government services, different kind of queries based on the different activities, putting them together, analyze them and properly provide the best results, and that too very much in time. So, properly storage of all the information, all the data which we are getting, collecting from remote areas or from the different areas, utilizing this platform, it can be done very easily. So, that is how a rapid analysis can be done without the data movement. Technically, if you just provide this kind of facility at that particular level also. So, they do have this kind of capabilities that everything, every kind of analysis will be done at a local level. As you may be aware that till now many kind of analysis which is usually done at a main places. Take an example, some kind of medical treatment, some kind of medical facilities, or the different kind of pathological or different kind of activities related to the medical sciences, are in other different areas usually done at major places. With this kind of facilities, these kind of applications or these kind of therapy or these kind of activity, or in other words different kind of proper results can be done, or can be done the analysis at a local place itself. And when this will happen, it will save a lot of time, as well as it will take no time to take the further results or the further computation if required at that place. Sometimes to take even a small decision, you have to refer the activity to a central place, to a major city, to a major places. If this kind of facility or this kind of big data analysis facility is available at the local level without movement of the data, these things can be calculated easily at the same local level and the results can be produced easily. Again, we would like to mention here, only medical science is not one of the area, only customer care activity is not going to be the area. There are different kind of thousand services which can be easily provided at a very local level and they can be easily connected to the major places as well as they can be easily calculated. As we just tell you that the proper analytics, proper analysis will be done at local level and even especially in the area of research activity, especially in the area of taking proper medication as well as providing the different kind of government services. And if government feels giving the different kind of licensing or different kind of other government activities at a small level can be handled very easily, because a large amount of data is being calculated, is being analyzed as well as is being taken a result which need to be taken in a real sense easily. This SAP HANA platform with the softwares, with the facilities, with the leverage we are giving to all the local center, things can be easily handled. And as you are aware, days are not for the big data concept has come into the pictures. Large amount of data is being collected, calculated, and results are becoming more real, as well as you are going to get the proper and authenticated results. And that we have already discussed, different nature of data you are getting. It could be in streaming also, the live data you are getting, the live information you are getting. Based on that the calculations are being made, and different kind of referential data you are getting. Based on that the results are going to be. Some of the data which is already stored, historically data is stored, based on that you are taking the results. What I mean to say, keeping all the different nature of data, you are doing a huge calculation and then you are going to get a proper real required results. So definitely the results which you are going to get, or the analysis which you are going to be done, is more realistic than anything else. Now you can see here another how the SAP HANA is smart data access and how to use. As we have discussed about the SAP HANA platform, the data needs decide what remote data sources are needed for the application running on SAP HANA, and the sources define the remote data source with the appropriate security credential. As we have mentioned that the needs of the data, what kind of data is going to be required for the SAP HANA, this need to be decided, and then the source define the remote data source with the appropriate security credential. We have discussed in this that the data which you are going to get should be authentic. To make that the sense that this data is authentic, you have to be put proper security services there. So what kind of data is required for this SAP HANA, that and how much authentic that is going to be there is more important to get the proper result, to get the authenticated analytics proper. Because when you can get the results properly only when the data source is authentic and the data which you are collecting for SAP HANA have been in a full authentic way, because the total calculations are based on your big data, and this data analysis can provide you the real result, authentic result, only when data source as well as the data is authentic and properly authenticated and a secure data. As you already know, when the data is coming of the different nature, this is a very important factor, that the data which you are collecting of the different nature of data, it should be authentic. Already it can play a bad role if your data is not authentic. So here it is very important when you are collecting the data, especially at remote level, the authentication of data, the security of data, collection of the data, way of collection, and each and everything is a very important factor, because immediately this data is going to be calculated, handled properly, which may produce an authentic result which is going to be used at a different levels. So here, to use in a SAP HANA this smart data access and how to use is an important factor. The data which is collected from the different sources have to be seen that how much authenticated properly, which kind of security credentials have been added. So some kind of authenticating techniques must be used for that purpose. Now, references create virtual tables which reference the remote data source, that we can call as a table also, and the application, write your application using HANA tables and virtual tables. Query processor in HANA does the rest of optimization and data access. As we have just discussed, that when you are collecting the data, when you have to create the different type of references also. As you know, collection of data with authenticated activity, who has authenticated it, what kind of credentials are being used, what kind of other activities or what kind of the references you have to mention, the way you have collected the data, who is the authorized person, what in word would like to say that the authenticated data must be referenced properly, so that at any level it can be verified that the data which have been collected from the remote area, you can check it at any level with the proper reference, who has the collected data and how these things have been put into order. And as we mentioned, if you do all these things are sincerely, then the different kind of applications using the HANA tables and virtual tables can be developed easily, as well as different kind of query processes in HANA does the rest of optimization and data access. HANA will take care about all those kind of activity. So we do have just started how the data needs are going to be there, how the data need to be authenticated properly, and how these things can be handled easily, and the data must be given in a proper referential form, and then you can do the applications and all. So this is how the SAP HANA smart data use can be done. We do have discussed about the data SAP HANA platform, where the lot of different kind of applications can be there. We do have told you about all those things, that how this kind of SAP HANA platform is used, especially in the medicines area. We have taken an example of cancer only. There are many other different kind of activities can be done here. So not only the medical science, there are different area where the SAP HANA platform is very much in use. With the help of Hadoop, a large amount of data is being processed today, and other kind of researches activities are still going on to make it more useful so that it can reach to the easily. As we have just mentioned that the data is of the different nature, and that is why calculation and storing of the all kind of data is not an easy task. But by utilizing this kind of facility, these things can be done easily. Now, you can see here some more examples, the smart data access, steps for creating and using virtual tables. You can create a table in Hive on SAP HANA, create DSN example Hive. With SAP HANA Studio are using DLL commands, create a remote source. You can write here a create a remote source Hive 1 adapter, that can be Hive BDBC. Configuration DSN Hive 1 with the credential type, password could be using users defaced this password defaced. This is how you can create a virtual table. You can see here using a DLL command, create a virtual table for Hive. As we have just mentioned here, create virtual table Hive 1 product at Hive 1 default, this kind of product. You can execute a different kind of queries on a virtual table and drop a virtual table. So, drop remote source Hive 1 cascade. Here you can see here the amplifier of the value of big data, marry SAP HANA and Hadoop for real time business results. As we do have a mention here that SAP HANA platform, we have given you the examples of medical sciences and others. Here you can see unprecedented insights, combined structured and unstructured data for insight never seen before. Advanced analytics, predictive text and spatial analytics, instant result with in-memory processing. This SAP HANA instant result plus Hadoop infinite storage is equal to real-time big data. What I mean to say today, but the utilization of this SAP HANA with the Hadoop will definitely give a real-time business results. Already you are knowing lot of online activities are taking place. Online business are going to be taking place, e-commerce activities are taking place, mobile commerce activities are taking place, and these things are really possible when you are supposed to get the real-time result, especially in the commercial activities, in the business activities. Here the SAP HANA instant results are going to be there with Hadoop. And again you can see here the Apache Hadoop, the data exploration, mining, uncover nuggets information from large volume of unknown data. infinite storage, offload or archive cold data. You can see here that get SAP HANA for free. We have given here the SAP HANA cloud platform free developer license, which is available, and you can make use of all these kind of things. Participate in SAP HANA Academy. The developer sandbox available for hands-on training. You can see here. Welcome to the SAP HANA Academy. Different kind of projects are going to be there. Create HTML5 application, data marts, etc. and all. And online courses and videos are also there in the SAP HANA Predictive Analytics Library, R integration, SAP Numera and more. Different kind of grant prizes are also being offered in this. You can go to the SAP Lumira for free, design a big data virtualization analysis and big data quickly, make a video to present your use case, submit your entry, and there different kind of things are going to be there. And that's all about today's lectures. We have discussed about your HANA and different kind of other activities which have been put together, especially on the platform of the SAP HANA, how it is going to be used with Hadoop. We have given the different applications related to the medical sciences, related to the environmental sciences, related to the environment, related to the customer services, consumer services, or the government services which is being provided to the citizens, as well as the online different services where it is maximum in use, especially in the area of business, commercial activities, e-line businesses, online different kind of business activities, whether it is going to be done through the mobile or online purchasing and all. So that's the something about this SAP HANA platform with Hadoop, how much it is useful to the society, to the other business communities, to the other medical practitioners or the medical science doctors and all other fields of the different society and the usual things. Thank you for taking
Thank you, sir, for this lecture. Sir, I just have one question where you mentioned that the online lectures that we conduct, how this add into the big data. And can you just elaborate on it, because to laymen like us, it sounds very interesting that how the big data adds up to this online lectures as well.
Very right, you have put a very right question. We have just given an example. If you imagine the different kind of data you are getting when you are collecting in a big data. You can take at social sciences or any other fields where you are getting a streaming data also, something which is already going on. Some kind of referential data is already available. When you are making a kind of online lecture, if the data is there on the big data platform or the way we are putting SAP HANA or Hadoop, different kind of references can be exited immediately. Different kind of lectures which are related to your terminologies can be accessed easily. It is not only the accessibility, you will automatically get those kind of results without being asking. So all the kind of activities which is in the form of a reference, whether it is a form of any lecture related to that, whether it is a form of any pictures related to that. Take example, if you are taking any lecture in the history, you are talking about, when talking about the Qutub Minar, suddenly related to the activities from Qutub Minar which is related with you, all the information related to that immediately come in front of you. It is not only the picture, maybe the historical information which you are supposed to get. Maybe you want to put a reference if somebody has told about that particular Qutub Minar or any kind of activities. So this is just a small example. The big data is very much useful in the sense all the kind of referential activity, all the kind of related activity, or all the related data, automatically you will get it, and which will definitely help in this kind of online activity, provide and strengthen, make the quality wise your lectures again much more good, which is before giving, because you are giving each and everything with the referential activity, which will strengthen your the say which you are saying. For example, if I am lecturing on particular topic, if I do have a better reference, definitely it will strengthen our lecture in a much more good way, as well as it will provide a good activity, especially for the researchers who are doing the research in those activity. These items will be more helpful.
Okay. Sir, one more very quick question that I need to ask is when we talk about online e-commerce, when we talk about say Amazon or so any other site, that how do they capture the audience, how do they capture the customer? Because we come across so many ads even if we are going through some very educational websites, and how does big data add into that?
See, though we do have a discuss about all these things, but see what is happening, these kind of sites, they do have a such kind of capturing nature of data, even they capture your behavior also. For example, if you just log in one time and you have looked for some particular item, so they just try to guess that what kind of activity, what kind of items you want to. Not only this, what is your way of looking the site, how you are going to be there, and what are the timings which is suitable to you. Each and everything noticed by them, and they save it, and you can find out, you can see all the good online services, they follow you. Next time when you just log in, even if you don't ask for those kind of items, immediately those items will come in front of you. Maybe something more related to you. So they are noticing each and everything, they are storing your behavioral activity, they are just going to see about the nature of your activity. Not only they are just storing, not only for at the moment, for instant time, even they are storing for a very long time. Maybe after a year you just log in, you will get your references, your activities, and the nature which you want, the sites which you kind of site is going to be most liked by you. So it is not one, there are different services are being there, and they are noticing, storing all kind of information.
Sir, now I would like to thank Professor Dr. U.S. Pandey for this enriching lecture, and thank you friends for watching, and thanks a lot. Keep watching.
Thank you.